Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and you join me here today to have a look at the front screen of Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. Now honestly, we will get into the game in a moment, but I wanted to start on this screen for one particular reason. And then when I was prepping for this video, I noticed there was another good reason to stop here. And that's because if you take a very close look at a little number on the bottom right hand corner here, we have today, I think it has been, well, just before I recorded this video anyway, we have a new update to the game, 1.06 since release, just over a week or so ago now, wasn't it? 2 weeks? Time goes so quickly when you're playing a good game. But yet they have fixed a number of the particular issues with the way what is in the game now works. So painting things, the ability to actually fix vehicles correctly as you'd expect, those sort of things, and a few obviously translation issues that have arisen have been addressed. Obviously other things in terms of what the game actually does may come in the fullness of time, but they are obviously paying close attention to what's being said in the forums and on their Discord. So yeah, we have a brand new update to the game, 1.06, but the main reason, the first reason I wanted to come here first, is because I want to take you to the car showroom. And the reason we've come here is not so we can marvel at all these cars that are currently available to us. There's quite a nice selection of recognisable silhouettes and marks. Some of these logos do look a little bit familiar to us, perhaps. But the main thing I wanted to say here is that there are mods now available on the Steam Workshop. I've put in 3 so far that I recognise. There are already mods for vehicles in the DLCs, the Nissan and the electric. So if you're playing with those 2 at release DLCs, then you should be able to find mods for some of the vehicles in those packs as well. So I have picked up a couple of vehicles I recognise, the Land Rover Defender and the good old trusty Volvo Estates. How many countries actually use the word estate for these sort of larger capacity vehicles? I've a feeling they're called in the US of A station wagons, but over here, as far as I remember, they were always called estates. This is an old favourite, of course, the Volvo Estate GL model, looking very nice. One thing you may need to bear in mind, and a lot of the modders do obviously make this clear in their descriptions for their vehicles, is that I think the custom variant of this one, the wheels, the tyres are actually a lot bigger than they would be for a normal road running Volvo Estate, and they do actually clip the wheel arch, which is a little unsightly, but I suppose within the sort of limits of the game, well, you play with what you've got. Oh, the petrol tank cover doesn't open. That's why you love a good estate. Capaciousness. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. And if we turn it on... and finally the Land Rover. Again, a whole variety of these to play with. It looks a little bit short and dumpy to me, to be honest, but I suppose that's what they produced. Do we have liveries in here? Oh, there are. Okay, so got livery 1. Was I not? And 2. Oh, you got different colour types. So what's livery 1? Doesn't show much different there. There 2. That's cool. Right, anyway, let's get on with the game, shall we? So we have had a look at the new workshop. What I will do actually is I will put the links. I'll build a collection on Steam. So if I mean, there aren't that many mods yet, so you can probably find these quite easily. But as and when loads more turn up, I will create a collection, and so you can find the links to these particular mods as easily as you possibly can. Anyway, let's get back to work, shall we? We do actually have 3 cars waiting to be serviced. We have this one, which is a whatever it is. Oh yeah, the other thing is obviously that the modders do put in. I was going to look this up. Actually, I'm not sure it showed it on the showroom. Yeah, but the modded vehicles will show up in a variety of locations as well. The auction house, the salon, the in-game showroom, the barn or the junkyard or whatever. So when I do get to wandering around those other places, you may see those modded vehicles pop up as options. So that was the Mayan. And what we have here, we have something else, a Hinata. Actually, what do you guys want? Ooh, oh yeah, you're the big one. Actually, if we could just got the 2 now, we might just have. No, I don't want a new job. I want to look at what you are. What do you need doing? Oh, you're just a few filters. Actually, look. Let's have a look in the. I'm not sure what I can do. Let's do you first. Can I move you? I can. Obviously I dealt with the third car we had waiting at the end of the last episode, so we've just got these two to deal with. Right, actually, let's have a look at my toolbox. We've got no skill points, and I've only got 5.5 grand. Can I afford another tool? Onboard diagnostics. You're a bit too expensive. The multimeter. We've got the pressure gauge. The tyre tread. We probably don't need that yet. The multimeter. Yeah, let's take that. I think it just makes the discovery of bad parts a little bit easier, I think, doesn't it? So what we're going to do here, we'll get you off the ground. There you go. There you go. I wonder what this, what brand or mark this is supposed to rep. Don't click that. Click that so you can pop the hood. Okay. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to examine all the parts here so I can get the XP, as we saw in the last episode, for each of the examined components of the engine. I won't let you see it through this. I'll fast forward this bit, so I'll cut to the end of this, because it's just me holding the mouse down and it clicking up bits what need fixing. Now, having said that, of course, I could use my tools, couldn't I? If I had a brain in my head, I could be dangerous. Right, so let's use our examination tool. So let's have a look at the fuel pressure. What's that? Oh, this is the one, the compression tester. That's what I want to test. Ooh, dear. Yes. We don't actually need to fix most of these things, but I just want to get the XP for doing a thorough examination of the vehicle. Fuel pressure. Yeah, the fuel filter here is marked as dodgy, but we knew that anyway. That was part of the original request for service. And finally the multimeter. So there you are. Yeah, it's just me being a thorough mechanic, a thorough workshop, so I can tell the customer that we've checked everything and everything is fine, and also we can add the time it took to do that to their bill. And it also, in the game, gives me more XP. Anyway, what do we actually need to fix? We already know this. The fuel filter, the air filter, and the oil filter. Right, so the fuel filter we saw a second ago. There you are. So we'll add you to our shopping list. We'll get rid of you. And the air filter. Where's the air filter? Is that... Oh, it's here, isn't it? That's the air filter cover. Yes, because it's a different engine to ones I've seen before, so we need to take you away. Oh, rusty bolt. Little DW04. No relation, obviously. Oh, that's a very dodgy looking air filter, so we'll add that to our shopping list. Get rid of you. Okay, that's fine. We'll put the hood back down. We need to get this. Whoops! Don't run into the pillars. Get this magnificent motor on the lift, so we can take the oil out and change the filter. Move you to there you go. Drain some oil. Drain, drain, drain. Actually, looks like quite good oil. That doesn't look terribly brown and murky, but there you go. Go back to where you came from. And there's an oil filter in here. That's an oil filter. Don't want you. We'll take you away. Okay. I don't have the... No, I haven't bought the tablet yet, so I still have to go over to the computer to buy my bits. So open my shopping list. A fuel filter. Take one of those, thank you. We will buy an air filter. That's one of you. Done. And finally the oil filter. That's done. Good. And we'll clear our shopping list while we're there. Excellent. So there's the oil filter. Right. Yes. I lost it for a moment there. We'll take you. Actually, I've got 3 dodgy oil filters in my inventory. Just bring you back down a little bit. Oh, press the down button and it comes down. So what's actually in my inventory? Oh, I've got lots of rubbish parts. We could start salvaging these. Do you want to add the... Oh, yes, please. Ah, okay. So yes, I got that in the crate for doing the previous job. We'll open this new crate here in a moment. But you obviously then have to add them to your map. Can we see the map here? Yeah, I think all the barns are over here, so they are in this location on the map. I might be wrong, but when I played my long play session, I think all the barns were kind of on the same icon, but they were somehow different, or you had a variety to go to. Anyway, enough waffle. Let's get on with fixing this. That's possibly about right. Now, does this vehicle have a dipstick? Oh, I spotted a little handle. There it is. So if we take you off... Oh, that's perfectly judged. Well done. Anyone would think I knew what I was doing. Amazing. Okay. We could examine some more parts for more XP, but I'm going to leave it as is. Let's check if we've done all the jobs that was wanted. I get an extra 25% XP for this. It doesn't show me that here. It'd be nice if it did. It'd be nice if it gave you a better indication of how rewarding these jobs are. So yeah, let's finish that order. Nice. Yeah, we're still on level 4. Awesome. Okay, we wanted to look at our inventory. We could sell some of this old rubbish, but I'm going to leave it in there because we might scrap it for scrap parts, or we might be able to repair it, but that's probably going to be several days away before we get to that. Actually, none of this is of any real... Oh, actually, those 2 things there are almost usable. The ignition coil at 76 and the oil filter at 65% good. Okay, so let's open this case. Yes, I do want to open the case, please. I wouldn't have clicked it otherwise. And we'll take the left-hand end. Another case. Well done. And the right-hand end. Ooh, 221 credits. Lovely. So we will collect those. We'll open this new case. Yes, please. And we'll take the inner one, shall we? 50 spare parts. And another 80 XP. Goodness. Okay, we need to get to 525 before I can get to level 5. And level 5, I think, is where it's on the map, isn't it? That's what I want. It's when I can go to the junkyard. Well, that could be fun. Right, let's go out and look at our next job. There's a lot to do on this one. Let's see if there's anything else coming in from the phone lines. Okay, we've lost that one. The Hinata Moon. Brake problems with the list provided. Brake system. They're all Hinatas. Actually, which one are you? No, I want to go closer to you. Which one are you? Which one are you? You're the Mark 1. So we'll take the SX. Yeah, we'll take that order. Oh, it's a yellow car! Did you play? That's one of the fun games I learnt. It's amazing. I don't think I ever played it as a child, but when I was a grown adult in the office at work, at work we actually had a large park and ride car park just across the road from our office building, and the guys and I would occasionally play Find the Yellow Car. It was fun times. Actually, I think it's usually a game played by kids when they're driving somewhere, and it basically involves punching each other. Yeah, the things we teach our kids to do. Okay, let's get this beauty up on the lifter. We'll open the hood up and we will start examining it. We will use our diagnostic tools, the compression tester. Okay, pistons and conrods, camshaft. Great, they're always awkward things. Well, I find them awkward to fix, to get to. I think it's more to the point. They're easy enough to fix, just getting to them that can be a real pain in the proverbial, as we might say. And our multimeter tells us, well, that took its time and told us nothing was wrong. Finally, we have got our fuel pressure test. And nothing wrong there either, but we have gained a few more XP. So what we'll do, we'll come out of there and... oh, actually, don't do that. We'll come out of there, and if we check our list of jobs to do now... yeah, we've got we got 3 out of a lot discovered. So I'll do a bit more examining and see if that brings anything up. And I'll just fast forward to the end of this process because it's not particularly exciting video, is it? And that's the job done. As you can see, we have found a few red parts in that, and I've got a nice new chunk of XP to play with. So we need to get out of there. If we now look at our list of bad bits, there's still a lot to be discovered, but we know more or less what we're working on, and I have a suspicion a lot of this will be to do with brakes and probably rubber bushes. Right, so what I'll do with this, I think, is I will have a look at the basics. I'll take all the wheels off. Actually, I can do that down here, can't I? I'll take all the wheels off and have a look at the brakes. Then we'll come back and just check what we need to fix in this area. They'll be the largest part of the order that we need to deal with, I think. So I'll see you on the other side of a neat little video effect. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken all the 4 wheels off and had a quick look underneath at the brakes around the car, and they all appear to be basically okay. If we look at our inventory, practically every rubber bushing is gone, basically. It has perished. It is no more. It has ceased to be. So yeah, we need a whole bulk order of rubber bushings to replace that, but all the other parts of the brakes appear to be fine. The only other things that are wrong down here, if we go in here, can I click on something? There, no, click. Should I go closer? Yeah, the sway bars and the drive shaft, yeah, need fixing, so we'll deal with those. And I believe if we look at our list of parts here, yeah, there's bits of the gearbox, the clutch plate, and we'll look within the engine as well. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to go to the shop, buy all those rubber bushings and a couple of the other bits that we know need to be replaced. I'll put those back in, I'll put the bushings in anyway, deal with that, and I'll come back and we'll start taking the engine apart and see what we can discover in there. Alright, so all the brake pads and stuff are all back in place, and I've ordered lots and lots of bushings and the sway bars that were also known to be bad. Haven't put the tyres back on because I think we will need to take the suspension system off, and we can do that with the brakes on if I remember correctly, but the wheels, the tyres do need to be off. So while we're underneath it, let's see if we can take anything else off from here. Let's Let's have a look at the bottom of the engine, shall we? I don't want to examine you. I want to start taking you apart. So the oil pan. What does this look like inside? It looks a bit messy. Okay, so we're going to have to take off a few of these caps. Yep, you're bad. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to have a lot of work here. So again, I will just skip forward a little bit past this, because there's several of these cap things that need removing before we can move on. Yeah, there's a mix. Is it crankshaft caps and rod caps? So I think we'll take all those off. Okay, so we have now pretty much disassembled the engine. There we go. Yeah, we've got the pistons out, all the camshaft and all that. If we look at our shopping list, for example, there's not a great deal on it, but it all took a little bit of getting to, particularly the pistons, obviously, and the camshaft. They're all out. We're going to start looking at the gearbox, because if we look at our order, we've got the clutch plate. I think that's the only thing within the gearbox that we know about so far. There may be other stuff, but we do have everything identified apart from two little objects here. Now, actually, I'm just wondering, could they be fuses? They're often little things like that, aren't they? Are these going to show up as bad at all? I'm just wondering, do I have the... I do have the multimeter, don't I? So it should have shown those up, so it's probably not those, actually. So we'll put that cap back on. There you go, that's you done. Right, so let's get the car back upstairs, and we'll take the gearbox apart. Oh, this is good. This one isn't actually attached to the drive shaft going out the back, so this one's a lot easier to get to. That's nice. Apart from the occasional rusty bolt. Oh yeah, there's definitely something very bad in there, isn't there? So Oh, you're the clutch plate. We can't get you out yet. Got to get this out. It's off. And the pressure plate. Ah, here we are. I think that's a new part on our list. Yes, it is. The crankshaft. You look okay though. We've still got one part. What's the betting? That is a little rubber bushing somewhere that I've not spotted yet. That's, yeah, everything else in here looks okay. The fuel filter, I think we did. Alternator, that's all looking fine. These rollers. Oh, the water pump. We haven't taken... I need to get you back down again for that, don't I? Anything else here that looks a little bit iffy? I think I've... Ah! There you are. I think that's you. Where... There you are, the wheel hub. So if we go to our list here... No, we already knew about that one apparently. Maybe there's another wheel hub. Ah, good point. Let's get across the other side of the car. What have we got? Wheel hub bearing. Okay. No. We're already aware of the sway bar, I've just not taken that off yet. That looks okay, doesn't it? In there. Actually, let's get the sway bar off so we can ooh, small rubber bushing. No, you're all fine. What's holding the sway bar in place? Oh, is it the other side? Yes, it will be. It's you. Let's pretend we can actually see what we're doing. Slightly more realistic. There you go. There's still something up here holding it in place. What's that? That's a sway bar link. Ah, is there one on the other side which I've not... Yeah, there must be another one on the other side which I've not taken off yet. There it is. And now we can get the sway bar off. What are we missing? We're still missing a part. That was you. I bet that was you. Wasn't it? Yes, it was. Okay, right. I will again wander across to the shop. Spend some money. I've got £5 left. Hopefully that will be enough to get all the things I need. Right, I'll be back with you once I've completed my run around the spare parts shop. And now I have an inventory full of really good quality bits to put back into our car. I'll be using my old ignition coil which we found. That is 76%, and the owner of this vehicle just needs it to be 72% good. So yeah, that saves us just a few quid basically. Right, let's start putting this thing back together again. Are we at the back end? Yes, we are. Okay, let's put it back together. Okay, so I think we've done pretty well, apart from the oil pan. We've done everything we can do underneath the car. We need to put some more stuff back up top. We're nearly ready to go. Nearly. Okay, and this is looking like the last part of our job, the rod caps to finish off the pistons. We can put the oil pan back on, and then we should have our job done. Well, this wasn't as awful, but then again, I'm a little more familiar with the game now than I was, so once you start getting an idea of what you're supposed to do and where things are, it becomes a little easier to get to the right solution a little earlier. And it helps also if you don't forget to buy things like those spark plugs and the like. Or no, it's the ignition coils, wasn't it, that I didn't order enough of. Right. One more rod cap. There you go. I think that should be enough. Yeah, there's 4 pistons, 4 rod caps. Finally, the oil pan. Plug you in. Okay, and everything has been done. Okay, we need to, well, we have drained the oil, so we need to put that back in. Let's have a quick look at my inventory. Anything here that I haven't put back? No, I think we have done everything. The starter, I think, is back. I'm fairly certain it is. Well, we'll find out when we try and turn the baby on. Right, let's get you back down. That's it. And we'll take you off. I think that's done. Just check our dipstick. Beautiful. Okay. I think that should be it. Right. Are we done? All the parts to be fixed. The oil has been drained and replaced. And we will earn 4.5 grand. That's nice. That is nice. And we'll finish this order. There's a throttle missing. I had a feeling there was a bit missing. Bother. Right, now the throttle is down... Ooh, it's down here somewhere, isn't it? There it is. Now can I finish the job? A fuel rail! Oh. Okay. Where's the fuel rail? Oh. That's in here somewhere, isn't it? Ah, there they are. Again, I've had a vague recollection of taking these things off. Actually, if I get rid of the manifold, will that make my life a little bit... No, I can't take that off without taking the throttle off. We'll do that. Okay, can we finish this job now? Yes! And we are now level 5. Awesomeness. Okay, let's have a quick poke outside. So we've got that one job we need to do. You're just brakeless, brake systems, that's okay. Anything else coming up? What are you? Poor brake performance. Running gear, knocking sound from suspension. We haven't done one of those cars yet, or a Bolt Hornet. You don't give me anything special. Ooh, what are you? Other tasks. Okay, we'll take you. That's fine. And we'll also take the Sentinel. Yeah, you look like you've got an enthusiastic owner, don't you? Yes. Okay. Right, now we have obviously completed another level, so we should have some rewards. There's a toolbox. We have 2 skill points. Excellent. Right, so what can we do here? Now the thing is, I don't think you can repair things until you get the garage extension and the repair benches. So there's not much point spending skill points on those. We're not parking anything, but I would like... Well, that cost me 3 points anyway. I assume you do need to go up. You can't skip a level, I don't know. Screwing speed, that might be good. Yeah, well, there's lots of screwing, so we'll take that. So I need to hold that. We've got that. That's excellent. Anything else we can afford here? Oh, the other thing, yes, I think I was going to say was the salvage shed. Where's that? That's this here. Which is fine, we can afford that, and we can get scrap parts. But the only thing the salvage shed does, I believe, is allow you to upgrade parts, which is going to be very handy when we either get jobs, I don't know if they exist, to upgrade components, well, basically restore a car ourselves, in which case we want to sort of make the various bits, the engine performance and so on, better. We're not in that position yet, so the salvage shed, although it's affordable, I don't think is of much use to us. We might come back to those later, but the thing we can do is we can now go to the junkyard. That costs 500 to make a trip out. Oh, let's do it. Unlike the barns, I think there's only one junkyard in the game. And this basically means rummaging around in piles of junk to find bits. What I'm thinking here is if you've got a car that you're restoring, repairing or whatever, and you need some spare bits for it at a relatively cheap price, then you can come here and just find the bits appropriate to that vehicle. Now, I don't have a vehicle I'm working on at the moment, so it's a bit pointless me buying stuff here because everything here is in very poor condition and I can't repair it yet anyway. But the other thing you can do here, in addition, if I go shift, I can go faster. Now there should, down one of these little alleyways, there should be a... Oh, there is a car here. Okay, it's got wheels and suspension. What is it though? What is it? It is a Katagiru Katsumoto. And... yeah, they're all the stats. Again, I think these are probably all the bits that are in it that we know about. There may be other bits, I don't know. I've not done this yet properly. So either this is the complete list of parts that you have, or the parts that we can judge. And some of these other parts do exist, but we don't know what condition they're in yet. Or it could be these aren't here at all and we have to purchase them some way or another. We can buy this little piece of rubbish. Oh, for 3,559. We've got just over 7.5 grand. I don't think we can afford that yet. So what we will do in the next episode, we may well come back here. We may pick that car up. It's a pity you can't pick that up. What I will probably do is I will go through a couple more of those jobs that we've got waiting in the garage. I will work those through, get myself some more money and some more skills, and then come back here and see if we can have a look at another vehicle. We could purchase one. Well, that's quite a nice little motor, isn't it? Yeah, and you'll cost me 6 grand. Yeah, the junkyard, well, it's cheaper than a new car, isn't it? But it's still, you're still gonna need to spend some money. You guys all appear to be well beyond restoration. Okay, so I will leave you here for the time being. Thank you so much for joining me today for this episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. If you liked what you saw, if you enjoyed this, it'd be great to hear from you. A little bit of a like would be lovely. Just click on the old thumbs up button. Even better though, if you've got anything to say, any hints or tips, suggestions, recommendations, or even criticisms of what I'm doing with this game, then do let me know. Just drop a note into the comments box below. That would be awesome. And of course, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, you could do that now. And that way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. Until the next time, bye-bye for now.